The future of Catholic life in the United States is not being decided in massive cities. It is quietly being preserved and strengthened in small towns most people never think about. In a country where recent data shows only about 20% of adults still identify as Catholic and weekly Mass attendance continues to face pressure, there are towns with fewer than 40,000 people where the faith is not shrinking but shaping everything, from packed Sunday liturgies to schools, streets, and family life rooted in the church. Places like Steubenville, Ohio, and Ave Maria, Florida, are not exceptions by accident. They are living examples of what happens when belief is not just personal but communal, visible, and daily. Some of these towns were built generations ago around immigrant parishes and sacred traditions, while others were intentionally founded in the modern era to center life around Catholic teaching. Yet both reveal the same powerful truth that faith can still define a place in 2026. So why are these communities thriving while so many others struggle to hold on? And what can they teach about the future of Catholicism in America? Subscribe now and discover the top 8 small towns where Catholic life is not just surviving, but standing stronger than ever. Number 8. Bethlehem, Connecticut. This tiny little town of 3,400 is an excellent place for Christians, and for Catholics in particular. Many refer to this area as Christmas Town, due to the amazing displays that are out. In celebration of the birth of Christ, every year they host a Christmas festival that is visited by thousands from the surrounding areas. Also, the local post office sees a 1,000% increase in mail processing at Christmas time because residents from far and wide come to get their Christmas cards postmarked with Bethlehem. The town hosted the first theological seminary in the United States and is also home to the Abbey of Regina Loss, a monastic community of contemplative Benedictine women, which was founded in 1947. The town also has St. Teresa of Avila Parish in nearby Woodbury, a historic Catholic community. Bethlehem, Connecticut may be small in size, but it stands out as one of the most distinctive small towns for Catholics in the United States. With a population of just over 3,000 people, it has earned the name Christmas Town not as a slogan, but as a lived expression of faith that returns every year with remarkable consistency. During the Christmas season, the entire town becomes a visible celebration of the birth of Christ, drawing thousands of visitors from surrounding regions. This is not only a cultural event, it is a spiritual rhythm that shapes the identity of the community. The surge in postal activity, often reaching nearly 1,000% above normal levels, reveals how deeply people are drawn to meaningful traditions. Families travel specifically to have their Christmas cards marked with Bethlehem, turning a simple act into a symbolic connection with the story of Christ. At the same time, the town's historical role in hosting one of the earliest theological seminaries in the United States reflects a long-standing commitment to Catholic formation and intellectual life. The Abbey of Regina Loudis, founded in 1947, adds a profound spiritual layer to this environment. Here, Benedictine women live a contemplative vocation centered on prayer, work, and stability. Their presence offers a quiet but powerful witness in a modern world that often values speed over stillness. Nearby, St. Teresa of Avila Parish in Woodbury continues to anchor local Catholic life through the sacraments, community gatherings, and multi-generational participation. For Catholics seeking a place where faith is not occasional but integrated into daily life, Bethlehem provides a clear example. It shows that even in a small town, when traditions are preserved and lived intentionally, Catholic identity can remain strong, visible, and deeply rooted. Number 7. St. Augustine, Florida. The history runs deep in this town of 15,000. The town is home to the oldest continuously occupied European settlement in the United States, founded in 1565 by Spanish Catholics. Its Catholic roots are woven into its history. The city's crown jewel is the Cathedral Basilica, the oldest parish in the United States. Its stunning Spanish colonial architecture and rich history make it a place of worship and pilgrimage for Catholics. Another Pros of Common, an ADHMCA, excellent Catholic pilgrimage site is the Shrine of Our Lady of La Leche. This sacred site is the oldest Marian shrine in the United States, dedicated to nursing, mothers, and family devotion. Other must-see destinations include Mission Nombre de Dios, known as the site of the first Catholic Mass in the Crapaders. United States iconic local festivals include the Blessing of the Fleet, held on Palm Sunday, where boats gather in the Matanzas Bay, and a bishop or priest uses holy water to bless each boat as it passes. By praying for the safety of the crew and success in their endeavors, St. Augustine, Florida offers a different but equally powerful model of Catholic life in a small-town setting. With a population of around 15,000 people, it is recognized as the oldest continuously inhabited European-founded settlement in the United States, established in 1565 by Spanish Catholics. This origin is not distant history. It continues to shape the identity, architecture, and spiritual life of the town today. At the center of this legacy stands the Cathedral Basilica, widely regarded as the oldest parish community in the nation. Its Spanish colonial design is not only visually striking, it reflects centuries of continuous worship, making it both a place of prayer and a living historical witness. Pilgrims and visitors are drawn not just by its beauty, but by the sense of continuity it offers in an era of constant change. The Shrine of Our Lady of La Leche deepens this experience, especially for families. As the oldest Marian shrine in the United States, it has long been associated with prayers for mothers, children, and family life. This focus makes devotion here deeply personal, connecting faith to everyday hopes and struggles. Nearby, Mission Nombre de Dios marks the site traditionally recognized as the location of the first Catholic Mass in the United States, grounding the entire town in a foundational moment of American Catholic history. Beyond its sacred sites, St. Augustine keeps faith visible through public traditions. The Blessing of the Fleet on Palm Sunday brings together local fishermen and boat owners in Matanzas Bay, where clergy bless each vessel with holy water. This ritual connects spiritual life with daily work, showing that faith is not confined to church buildings but extends into the rhythms of ordinary life. For Catholics today, St. Augustine demonstrates how history, worship, and community can remain united. It offers a practical lesson that when faith is practiced both privately and publicly, and when traditions are preserved with intention, it can continue to shape not only individuals, but entire communities across generations. Number 6. New Ulm, Minnesota, with its strong German Catholic heritage. This town of 14,000 is an excellent place for Catholics. New Ulm is the seat of its own diocese, established in 1957, having a diocese centered in the city gives Catholics direct access to leadership, resources, and regular diocesan events, including ordinations, pilgrimages, and conferences. The Cathedral of the Holy Trinity is the mother church of the Diocese of New Ulm, built in 1893. It boasts stunning Baroque-style architecture, intricate stained glass, and a beautifully adorned sanctuary. New Ulm, Minnesota stands out as one of the most structured small towns for Catholics in the United States, where faith is not only practiced but supported by strong institutions. With a population of around 14,000 people, the town's German Catholic heritage continues to shape its identity through liturgy, education, and community life. Its role as the seat of a diocese, established in 1957, gives Catholics direct access to leadership, formation, and major events like ordinations and pilgrimages. This makes faith more visible and connected beyond the parish level. At the center is the Cathedral of the Holy Trinity, built in 1893. Its Baroque architecture and detailed stained glass create a space that elevates worship while remaining an active hub of sacramental life. In 2026, New Ulm offers a clear lesson. When leadership, tradition, and community are closely connected, Catholic life becomes stronger, more organized, and easier to live out daily. Number 5. Front Royal, Virginia. What was once known as Helltown in the late 18th century due to the working men who ventured over from the nearby Shenandoah River seeking alcohol, has emerged as a small town of 15,000 with a significant Catholic presence. It is home to Christendom College, a renowned Catholic liberal arts institution dedicated to preserving the Church's teachings. The town also hosts several active parishes like St. John the Baptist Catholic Church, offering traditional liturgies, daily sacraments, and robust ministries. Front Royal has a strong pro-life presence, including the headquarters of Human Life International. The scenic Shenandoah Valley provides opportunities for retreats outdoor, stations of the cross, and a peaceful setting for spiritual growth. Front Royal, Virginia stands out as a small town where Catholic life is both visible and deeply integrated into daily living. Once known for a very different past, it has grown into a community of around 15,000 people shaped by faith, education, and strong parish life. Christendom College plays a central role, offering a Catholic liberal arts education that connects faith with reason and brings constant spiritual and academic activity into the town. Local parishes such as St. John the Baptist Catholic Church provide regular sacraments, prayer, and community support, making faith part of everyday life rather than something occasional. The presence of Human Life International strengthens the town's pro-life identity, while the Shenandoah Valley offers a natural setting for retreats, outdoor stations of the cross, and quiet reflection. In 2026, Front Royal shows that a strong Catholic community is built through education, worship, moral commitment, and space for spiritual growth. If you want to see where Catholic life in the United States is being lived with intention and clarity, subscribe now to continue exploring these remarkable small towns. Number 4. Emmitsburg, Maryland. This town of 3,000 punches above its weight when it comes to Catholic destinations. Emmitsburg is home to the National Shrine of St. Elizabeth Ann Seton, honoring the first American-born saint and a pioneer of Catholic education nearby the National Shrine. Grotto of Our Lady of Lourdes provides a serene pilgrimage site for prayer and reflection. Emmitsburg is also the location of Mount St. Mary's University, one of the oldest Catholic institutions in the United States, and its seminary, which forms future priests. The town's rich Catholic heritage, access to daily sacraments, and opportunities for spiritual growth make it a uniquely faith-centered community. Emmitsburg, Maryland may have a population of only about 3,000 people, yet it stands as one of the most spiritually concentrated small towns for Catholics in the United States. What makes this place remarkable is not size, but density of meaning. Within a short distance, you encounter multiple centers of Catholic life that together create a rare environment where faith is not scattered, but deeply rooted and constantly visible. At the heart of this identity is the National Shrine of St. Elizabeth Ann Seton. As the first American-born saint, her legacy continues to shape Catholic education and family life across the country. And in 2026, her story remains especially relevant as many families seek faith-based formation for the next generation. Pilgrims come here not only to honor her life, but to reconnect with the idea that holiness can emerge from ordinary circumstances, including motherhood, loss, and service. Just nearby, the National Shrine Grotto of Our Lady of Lourdes offers a different kind of experience. Quiet, reflective, grounded in prayer. Modeled after the famous shrine in France, it provides a space where visitors can step away from constant noise and rediscover stillness. This balance between active devotion and contemplative silence is part of what makes Emmitsburg unique. It serves both the mind and the soul. The presence of Mount St. Mary's University further strengthens this foundation. As one of the oldest Catholic institutions in the United States, it continues to educate students in a way that integrates faith and reason. Its seminary plays an equally important role, forming future priests who will go on to serve parishes across the nation. In a time when many dioceses are focused on sustaining vocations, this connection between a small town and the future leadership of the Church becomes especially significant. Daily sacramental life is another key factor. Access to Mass, confession, and spiritual direction is not occasional here. It is part of the normal rhythm of life. This creates a community where faith is practiced consistently rather than sporadically. And because everything is close, participation becomes more natural and less fragmented. For Catholics today, Emmitsburg offers a clear and practical insight. A strong faith environment is built when pilgrimage, education, vocation, and daily practice all exist in one place. It shows that even a small town can become a center of influence when its spiritual foundations are clear and actively lived. If you are looking for a place where Catholic life is both deeply personal and strongly communal, Emmitsburg stands as one of the most compelling examples in the United States. Number 3. St. Mary's, Kansas. This little town boasts a strong Catholic population, mostly due to the presence of the Society of St. Pius X in the area. This society is a traditionalist organization that seeks to preserve Latin Mass. The group is canonically irregular with the Catholic Church, but Pope Francis has granted the society's priests the faculty to validly absolve sins. The town is home to St. Mary's Academy and College, offering classical education rooted in Catholic teaching. The town features Immaculata Church, a stunning newly built church designed for the traditional Latin Mass, reflecting the community's commitment to preserving Catholic traditions. St. Mary's fosters a close-knit Catholic environment with regular sacraments, vibrant parish life, and numerous opportunities for spiritual formation. St. Mary's, Kansas stands out as one of the most distinctive small towns for Catholics in the United States because its identity is shaped so strongly by traditional Catholic life. This is not simply a town with a few Catholic landmarks. It is a place where worship, education, family life, and community rhythm are deeply connected to the preservation of Catholic tradition. A major reason for this strong Catholic presence is the Society of St. Pius X. The Society is a traditionalist Catholic organization known for its commitment to the traditional Latin Mass. At the same time, it is important to describe the situation carefully and accurately. The Society remains canonically irregular in relation to the Catholic Church, but Pope Francis granted its priests the faculty to validly absolve sins, which gives the town's Catholic story a complex but important place in modern church life. Education is another major pillar of St. Mary's. St. Mary's Academy and College offers classical education rooted in Catholic teaching, forming students through faith, discipline, history, language, philosophy, and moral formation. In 2026, when many families are searching for schools that connect learning with spiritual identity, this kind of educational environment helps explain why the town attracts Catholics who want a more intentional way of life. Immaculata Church stands as a clear symbol of the town's Catholic identity. Built for the traditional Latin Mass, it reflects a community that values reverent worship, sacred beauty, and continuity with tradition. St. Mary's is especially compelling because of its close-knit Catholic life. Regular sacraments, active community, and strong family culture make faith visible every day. The lesson is simple. When worship, education, and family life are aligned, even a small town can have a lasting impact. Number 2. Steubenville, Ohio. This town of 18,000 is a vibrant hub for Catholics, centered around Franciscan University. A world-renowned institution committed to Catholic teaching and evangelization, the university hosts popular events like the Steubenville Youth Conferences fostering faith formation for thousands annually. Steubenville parishes like St. Peter's Catholic Church offer frequent sacraments, Eucharistic adoration, and rich community life as the seat of the Diocese of Prassens. Steubenville, the city supports vocations, pro-life advocacy, and catechesis. Known for its family-friendly environment, the city provides Catholic education, homeschooling support, and ministries for all ages, with its emphasis on the sacraments, vibrant events, and strong sense of Catholic identity. Steubenville is a spiritual home for many. Steubenville, Ohio may have a population of around 18,000 people, but its impact on Catholic life in the United States reaches far beyond its size. This town has become one of the most dynamic small towns for Catholics, not because of history alone, but because of how actively faith is lived today. At a time when many communities are struggling to maintain religious engagement in 2026, Steubenville continues to grow as a center of formation, evangelization, and community life. At the heart of this vitality is Franciscan University of Steubenville. The university is widely recognized for its commitment to Catholic teaching and its focus on forming both the mind and the spirit. Students here are not only educated academically, they are immersed in a culture of prayer, service, and evangelization. This influence extends into the wider town, creating a steady flow of events, liturgies, and outreach that keep Catholic life visible and active. One of the most defining features of Steubenville is its youth conferences. These gatherings attract thousands of young Catholics each year, offering a combination of teaching, worship, and community that helps strengthen faith during critical years of life. In a modern context where many young people feel disconnected from religious practice, These conferences provide an environment where faith becomes personal, meaningful, and shared. Parish life in Steubenville reinforces this strong foundation. Churches such as St. Peter's Catholic Church offer regular Mass, confession, Eucharistic adoration, and ministries that serve individuals and families. Because the town is also the seat of the Diocese of Steubenville, there is a constant connection between parish life and diocesan leadership. This allows for stronger support in areas such as vocations, catechesis, and pro-life initiatives, creating a more unified Catholic presence. The town is also known for its strong family-oriented environment. Catholic schools, homeschooling networks, and ministries for all age groups make it easier for families to live out their faith together. This matters especially in 2026, when many parents are intentionally seeking communities that support both spiritual and moral development. Steubenville offers a clear lesson for Catholics today. When education, sacraments, youth formation, and family life are all aligned, faith becomes something that shapes daily life rather than something practiced occasionally. That is why this small town continues to stand out as one of the most influential Catholic communities in the United States. Number 1, Ave Maria, Florida. This town of just over 6,000 is an indisputable first place because it was literally built for Catholics. The community was founded in 2005 by Ave Maria Development, a partnership of Barron, Collier Companies, and the Ave Maria Foundation led by Catholic entrepreneur Tom Monahan, founder of Domino's Pizza. Ave Maria University is located in the heart of town along with shops and restaurants. The town square also features the Ave Maria Parish Church with steel arches and a 30-foot-tall marble carving of the Annunciation residence. Can drive along Pope John Paul, the 2nd Boulevard Ave Maria Avenue, or Seton Way Catholic community. Involvement is also a huge selling point for this area. Events honoring the Blessed Virgin Mary, such as the Feast of the Assumption and the Feast of the Immaculate Conception, often include processions, special masses, and community gatherings. Outdoor Stations of the Cross, pro-life events, rosary rallies, and Eucharistic processions are all things one can expect to see in Ave Maria Florida rallies. And Eucharistic processions are all things one can expect to see in Ave Maria Florida. Ave Maria Florida stands at the top of this list because it represents something rare in the United States, a small town intentionally built around Catholic life from the very beginning. With a population of just over 6,000 people, it is not simply a place where Catholics live. It is a place designed so that faith shapes the structure of daily life, from education and worship to community events and public space. Founded in 2005 through a partnership between Barron Collier Companies and the Ave Maria Foundation, under the leadership of Catholic entrepreneur Tom Monahan, the town reflects a clear vision. Instead of adapting faith to an existing environment, Ave Maria was created to integrate Catholic identity into every layer of the community. In 2026, this model has become increasingly relevant as more families search for environments that support both spiritual and moral formation in a consistent way. At the center of the town is Ave Maria University, which plays a key role in shaping the intellectual and spiritual life of the community. Students, faculty, and local residents interact daily, creating a shared rhythm of learning, worship, and service. Surrounding the university, the town square brings together shops, restaurants, and gathering spaces, all within walking distance, reinforcing a sense of unity rather than fragmentation. The Ave Maria Parish Church serves as the visual and spiritual heart of the town. Its distinctive architecture, including sweeping steel arches and a 30-foot-tall marble depiction of the Annunciation, reflects both beauty and theological meaning. It is not just a landmark. It is a living center of sacramental life, where daily Mass, confession, and Eucharistic devotion are part of the normal routine. What truly sets Ave Maria apart is the visibility of Catholic life in public space. Streets named after figures such as Pope John Paul II and St. Elizabeth Ann Seton are not symbolic details. They reinforce a shared identity. Throughout the year, major Marian feasts, such as the Feast of the Assumption and the Feast of the Immaculate Conception, are celebrated with processions, liturgies, and community gatherings. Outdoor Stations of the Cross, rosary rallies, Eucharistic processions, and pro-life events are not occasional. they are expected parts of life. This creates a powerful environment where faith is both personal and communal. For Catholics in 2026, Ave Maria offers a clear lesson. When a community is intentionally structured around shared beliefs, participation becomes easier, identity becomes stronger, and faith becomes something that is lived openly rather than privately. If you are searching for a place where Catholic life is not just present but fully integrated into everyday living, Ave Maria stands as one of the strongest examples in the United States. Subscribe now to continue exploring the top small towns where Catholic faith is not fading, but actively shaping the future.